Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K, the full units getting played. Always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Yeah. How do you not get pumped for that? I mean, hello. Welcome to the Balking Dead Season 2, fellas. Let's get to it. There is no sleep for the wicked. It's Monday, and let's talk about it. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks. Go over there, use promo code PUBSPORTS on your first deposit, and they will match you up to 100, minimum of 25. On top of that, if you screenshot that you use that promo code PUBSPORTS, and take a picture of that successful deposit, I will DM you my plays for 2 weeks. And there's already a few people that done that, and they are also on Freddie Peralta with me this morning. So we are 1K away from starting the day off right. So let's get to it, guys. On this show, I break down 6 pitching K props or pitching props a day, but I specialize in strikeout props. If you know who I am, you know I've set up rules on rules, and I don't bet just to bet. We are close to getting to the numbers that I need to start getting in on a daily basis. The first 2 weeks are for my guys I have projected to be moved up by the books come May. I will still give you all the information you need to finalize your own bets or my reasons to stay off. So enough small talk, let's get to it. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you all for coming. Shout out to the best producer in the whole wide world, Big Show Picks. You know the drill. Smash the like, hit the retweet, and make sure you have the notification bells on. On this show, I use FanDuel lines as my lines because they tend to come out first, and then I compare them to PrizePicks and what they have up. So all lines are FanDuel's lines, what they have and what they have opening and closing. Opening is either the night before. Morning line is because they didn't have an opening line, and the closing line on this show is 30 minutes before this show kicks off, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, I live in San Diego, California, but we go by Eastern time out here. Why? Because the stock market's on the East Coast, and that's where the money resides. So let's get into the first pitcher we're going to talk about today, and that's Tyler Mahle. 2022, he had a 25K percentage and an 8.5 walk percentage. To put that in perspective, league average was 22.4 and 8.2 walk percentage last year. He's number 26 in the black book. Opening line 6+, plus 128. He's now at a 5+, minus 132. El Doso. 4.5 on PrizePicks, and his pitching outs is at 15.5. Projected pitches, and as the tag been taken off, Mr. Mahle, he threw 43 pitches in his last spring training game, but the game before that he threw 80, so he should be good to go for that 90+ range. His last 8 strikeout averages game-wise was 6.4 strikeouts a game, and his win percentage to that number was a 50% at 6+. Now that they've moved it down to 5, it's at 87.5% to that over his last 8 games. Projected lineup: 6 righties, 3 lefties. Last year, he averaged a 9.4 K per 9 versus the left and right-handed side. He did average a 9.3 K per 9 at home and a 9.6 on the road. His averages last year against lefties hit 192, righties hit 268. He was a lot better on the road with a 201 batting average against and a 249 at home. But do remember, he was traded and did play in that trash-ass can of a ballpark in Cincinnati for his home for the majority of the year. He did end the year on the IL, so not too much with Minnesota. But, man, was he making us money? Well, he was there. Mahle's coming off of spring training he would like to put behind him as soon as possible. But there is good to take away from it. In his last start, his velocity was back to 2022. And Mahle had a game, it's just hard to merit because it was versus the Pirates. When they opened this at 6+ strikeouts, I figured that's where it should be. And then I wake up to it going down a whole number with bettable juice. And what I mean by bettable juice is minus 150 or less. You need to be winning at a 62% rate to be profitable betting minus 150. So it's key to keep your juice down for bankroll management. Well, let's talk Mahle at 5+. He did not face the Marlins last season, and we've already talked about the Marlins being one of those teams this year that are going to be a bitch betting K props, with Arias at the top of the lineup and Segura down the line. Oh, yeah. They also have the 2021 American League batting champ as well in Gurriel. So a lot of contact guys. When I look at the book, he faced 3 teams last year that you needed a good reason to run a K prop versus contact teams. And he was 1 win, 2 losses to the over, averaging 4.3 strikeouts a game. So I get the line move and that it moved down to 5+. The lean right here is the over, but I need to see that he's back and everything's good. Like I said, it's hard to put merit on a spring training game versus the Pirates. The thing that we can take away from that is his velo was back when it was down the prior spring training start. So we definitely can expect Mahle to be Mahle today, and he should go out and deal. But I don't bet shoulds, and I'd like to see it before I go bet it. Let's talk number 2 on the list today. Nestor Cortes, a.k.a. Nasty Nestor. 2022, he had a 26.5 K percentage and a 6.2 walk percentage. Once again, league average last season was a 22.4 strikeout percentage and an 8.2 walk percentage. Number 63 in the black book. Opening line last night, 6+ at a minus 128. This morning, he closed out at a 7+, plus 114. PrizePicks has him at a 6.5. Hits allowed on PrizePicks is at 4. Projected pitches in as the tagman taken off. Cortes threw 74 pitches in his last spring training game. He should be good to go for 90+. If you know me, you know it's hard to bet any Yankee besides Gerrit Cole because Aaron Boone can end up boning you. And what I mean by that is he takes his pitchers out when they shouldn't and leaves them out there when they should not. But Gerrit Cole knows something about him. And I used to tell you guys last year what he would do if Cole would take him out. Well, I'm not going to say it this year, but just say that he has his wife's phone number in his contacts. So Gerrit Cole is that man. He's the only Yankee I trust to go 90+. And that is that right there is enough for me to tell. I have to find the way to bet Nestor. So last 8 strikeout averages, 6 strikeouts per game. His win percentage under over the last 8 games. The number 6 was 37.5%. I didn't do the math on the 7, but I doubt it's too much better than 37.5 if he wasn't hitting 6. So projected lineup is 7 righties and 2 lefties. Last year, he averaged 9.2 K per 9 at home and a 9.5 on the road. He had a whopping 11.8 K per 9 last year versus the left-handed side and an 8.8 versus righties. Not just how good his strikeout percentage was last year versus lefties, guys. Lefties hit a $110 off of him. Wow. 202 righties hit, still freaking elite and great. And home road, he was a 161 batting average against wearing that pinstripe. And that's where he is today. On the road, he had a 221. Still good, but 161 is elite. Nasty Nestor didn't see the Phillies last year, and after everyone watching Martin Perez rack up 7 strikeouts last night, I can see people running to bet Cortes. One thing Martin Perez did do last year is lead the league in strike three lookings. And last night he racked up 4 more of those. So, yeah, I'm not going to put too much into that, guys, when a lot of those had the Phillies froze last night. And that's what this guy has been the best at in the majors last year. So, Martin did what he did last year, guys. He had those guys frozen. So, last year, April was Cortes's best month, where he posted a nasty 1.31 ERA. When I look at him in the book, he's an odd one. When the numbers scream he should smash his K prop, he doesn't come close, like nowhere close. And he pitches well, going 6+ innings in all of those starts. But we're at the beginning of the year, so there's no numbers to go by. So with projected lineup, my math has him right at the 6.2 strikeouts. But if they run more than the 2 lefties that they are projecting, it's either over or nothing for me, guys. The more lefties, the better. But like I said, I found the way to bet him, and I need my numbers. And when it tells me he's going to punch out a team, he's not. He's just going to go 6-7 innings, and we're going to smack his innings when the time comes for that. But lean on him as an over, but definitely you need lineups for that. Then we get into a guy. But before we get into a guy, let's get into the chat, guys. Y'all showed up. Let's do it. 41 likes. Didn't have to ask for the likes. 70 live. Well, that right there, that just doesn't add up, guys. I mean, I do math. I'm not the best mathematician. I know my teacher said I never have a calculator in my pocket, and she lied. But that just don't add up, guys. So smash the damn like button if you haven't, and let's get to it. Shout out to you all. Tom Miggins, Bo Jackson, MMA Locker Room. I see you. Underrated. You the GOAT, my guy. Let's keep it rolling. Abel A. Rocco Rogers. Let's get to it, guys. 70 live, about 10 in the chat. That means you guys are here to write down notes. So I will shut my yapper and get to talking about what you're here for, guys. And that is Jose Berrios, a.k.a. Jose Bumios. 19.8 K percentage last year with a 6 walk percentage. Number in the black book, he ain't in the freaking black book. Opening line, 5+, -112. Same line at the end of the closing. PrizePicks hits allowed, they have him at a 5.5. Projected pitches, and as the tag been lifted off, Berrios played in the World Baseball Classic, threw 75 pitches his last spring training game, so he should be good to go for his full workload, whatever that may be. We could flip a coin, and the coin will probably give us a better tale than what he has over the last season. Last 8 games, his strikeout average is 4 strikeouts per game, and his win total to the number 5 where he's posted today, he's got a 37.5 win percent to hitting 5 strikeouts a game over his last 8. Home road strikeouts last year. Home, he averaged a 8.8. On the road, he averaged a 6.7. Guys, that 8.8 is skewed. If you do know anything about Toronto last year, the COVID rules were in effect still. Players who didn't have the shot didn't get it.
Cash it.
Let's fucking go! Freddie Peralta to the moon! Shout out to the 3 people who shot for them PrizePick promo codes. We just cashed. Let's get into this, though, so we can get into cashing for you guys in the Mudda Truckin' chat. So, yeah, guys, like I said, the beginning of the year for me is betting guys where I see the numbers off. Freddie Peralta was one of those guys. I have a big year planned for him. 4.5 was a joke. The Mets are good. The Mets are one of those teams you need a reasoning to run it, and they put it at 4.5+ money. So we ran it up. So, way to start the day. Let's keep it rolling. Last year, though, guys, we're getting right back into Jose Berrios. He averaged, 8.8 at home, 6.7 on the road, but we had people not sending their whole squad to Toronto, so he did do better at home. Lefties hit 6.7 strikeouts per 9, while righties hit an 8.8. Last year, batting average against lefties hit 298 against him, righties hit 276. Home, he allowed a 273 batting average, while on the road it was a 303. I'm telling you, it would have been a 303 if it wasn't for the COVID rules in Toronto last year, guys. This guy only did better at home last year because people weren't sending their own team. So let's talk about the breakdown. Man, what is wrong with Jose Berrios? The good, he is still young. People tend to forget that with how long this dude has been in the league, how old he is. He's only 27 years old, guys. But the difference in 21 and 22 has my mind just straight boggled, fried. When I compare the stats to see where it all went wrong, I could see a major difference in what right-handers hit off of him in 2022. Lefties have always hit him, but to allow a almost 100 points higher on a batting average to a side that the year before you allowed a 200 or less batting average versus, that right there was just like, dang, okay, so something was off right there. His slider is what he uses to put away guys from the right-handed side, and obviously he didn't have control of that pitch, and he didn't find it often. So before that, then we get more into it, guys. Last year he couldn't strike out a lefty for the life of him. But like Pablo Lopez, guys, look farther back. Look at their box scores. Look at their back of their baseball cards, guys. He had a 10.7 K per nine versus lefties in 2021, a 4 strikeout difference in a year. I do expect this K's versus lefties to come back to life, guys, but he hasn't shown me anything to back him. Until then, I won't. A rule I put in place this year is not betting on guys with a strikeout with a K per nine of less than 8. Last year, Berrios had a 7.9, so he's on a watch status for me. Last season, he faced the Royals one time, and he dominated them. 6.1 innings, 7 hits with 2 earned runs while punching out 7 Royals. When I look at the book to see how the Royals were playing at the time, their numbers said run and run as far as you can from a K prop. They were walking league average and not striking out at the time, and Jose Berrios went and shut down 7 of them. So the Royals are one of the worst teams in the MLB. They're in rebuild stage of year 2 or 3, so they are ahead of teams like Pittsburgh. They are ahead of teams like who else out there, man? I just draw a blank on the Reds. They are ahead of a couple teams, guys, but they are still in rebuild stage. And I bet a lot of those Minnesota games, guys, they just weren't hitting, and I don't expect their bats just to wake up now. The lean is over, but like I said, I need to wait and see. But I do expect this guy's strikeouts to come back to where they were in 2021. Guys, he is too good of a guy. He has a lot of talent. And like I said, he is now entering his physical prime. So let's keep it rolling onto the 4th pitcher. 4th pitcher in the book is Charlie Morton, a.k.a. Uncle Charlie. 2022, he had a 28.2 strikeout percentage and an 8.7 walk percentage. He's number 29 in the black book. He opened up 6 plus minus 124. He closed out at 6 plus minus 110, a 14-cent move to the under. PrizePicks has his hits allowed at 4 and his projected pitches and has the tag been taken off. I couldn't find his pitch count for the last game, but the one before that, he did throw 70 pitches. So I got to think all's good to go for our man, Uncle Charlie. And to find out, well, Fried got pulled, just to go back real quick while we're talking about it, Fried got pulled for a hamstring issue. So it wasn't like they had him on a pitch count. I wasn't on him that day, but I was on the Braves minus 1.5 that day. And I was like, man, it would have been nice to know he was getting yanked at 44 pitches. You know, I might have went first 5 or thought my bet out differently. But at the end of the day, life's a bitch and you marry one. And we head right on to it, guys. So Uncle Charlie's last 8-game strikeout average is at 6.5. His win percentage to the under over 6 the last 8 games is at 50%. Projected lineups is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Last year, he struck out a 12.1 K per 9 at home, 9.3 on the road. Lefties, he had a 10.5 K per 9, and righties an 11.1. Last year, batting average against lefties hit 229, righties hit 236. At home, he had a 205 batting average. Well, on the road, he had a 261. He is on the road here, so that's 60 points difference on the road. The guy likes pitching in Atlanta. Old man Uncle Charlie is still kicking. He's a pro's pro, and you can't just look at last season when taking stuff in. He was coming back from a broken femur bone at the beginning of the year last year. So, like I said, the guy had to work through some injuries and some other stuff to become who the guy's always been, guys. The last 2 seasons, Morton's K per 9 have gone up when at home, but versus lefties and righties, they flip in 2022 and 2021. So he has it in him, guys, to have a 10K per nine both sides of the plate this year and be one of the top pitchers strikeout wise. Morton faced the Cardinals one time last year in St. Louis, and he got tagged. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks with 4 punchies. The Cardinals were one of those teams you needed a good reason to run a strikeout prop versus last year. And when I looked at the book, Morton faced 6 teams like that, and he was 3 wins, 3 losses to the number 6 where they put his prop today, averaging 6.2 strikeouts in those games, with 2 of those wins coming versus the same team. So I would actually take one of those wins. Two, and drop it, guys. So, I mean, really, I would look at it at 2 and 3, averaging 6.2. That's just the way I do my math. I wouldn't be surprised if he racks up 9 today or if he gets lit up. So I'm off, guys. He's the type of guy where I love seeing low walk percentage because he can get himself into trouble at times walking a boatload of people, guys. So the dude has a curveball from hell, and he ain't called Uncle Charlie just because he's old. Pitcher number 5 today, Jon Gray, a.k.a. Wolfman. 2022, he had a 25.7 K percentage and a 7.5 walk percentage. Number in the black book, 38. Opening line 5 plus minus 166. Closing line 5 plus minus 142. PrizePicks has him at a 5 straight. So if you bet him on PrizePicks, you will get a push at a 5, and you would need to hit a 6. So you are better off just going on over to a book and getting yourself some plus money, unless you like to build the 4 or 5 pick over there on PrizePicks and you're content with a push and you think he's going to get it. Then I'm all for putting guys you think's going to get a push on a parlay, because that just knocks your parlay down when it doesn't kill it. So PrizePicks hits allowed 4.5 hits, projected pitches, and has the tag been taken off the Wolfman. Gray threw 61 pitches last time out, so I couldn't find the pitch count for the game before. So I've got to be safe than sorry and project him for 75 to the 80 pitch range. Projected lineup: 5 lefties, 4 righties. Last year, home road strikeouts per 9, 10.3 at home and a 9.1 K per 9 on the road. Lefties, he had an 8.5, and he dominated the righties with a 10.3 K per 9. Batting average against last year: lefties hit 248, righties hit a 201. Home, he had a 286 batting average against. On the road, he had a 231. I have some big plans for Gray this year, guys. He's just on a pitch count, and that's not what I'm trying to get involved with. But we know Gray is a fastball slider dominant, as you can tell by his 2 strikeouts more per 9 versus the right-handed side. And who is the best fastball slider guy in the league? Jacob DeGoat, the new addition to this Rangers rotation, guys. I expect DeGrom to show him a get-me-over curve and a few other tricks that he has learned. I don't like running Gray versus a lefty stack lineup like they are projected today with 5 lefties. And I sure as hell don't like betting on guys that are on a pitch count. My math on 75 pitches has them at 5.2 strikeouts, and we know my rules, pitch count being an issue. We need it to project us 1.5 more strikeouts than what they're offering in case if it doesn't go to plan, guys. So I would need to project Gray at legitimately a 6.5 to run him at a 5, guys. And I have him right at 5.2 right now. And yeah, just not worth it. Too many red flags are flaring on the Wolfman. Let's get into the last pitcher of the day. But before we do, let's run it through you guys real quick. And I'm excited to talk us some George Kirby, guys. I am excited. Let's go. Charlie threw 22 pitches versus Boston last game. I hear you, Matt Stoney. See, that's the type of stuff. But if you look the game before, he threw 70. And they did that with a lot of starters. So low pitch count was just like, hey, go out there, get ready, and then go finish in the bullpen. Jay Peasy, my guy. What's up with our Dodgers, my bro? Good pitching, no hitting. Yeah, we'll get it rolling. So let's keep it rolling. If you haven't smashed the like, you must hate me and my family. I don't ask for much, but a like button. We got 80 plus live, 63 likes. So the majority of you don't hate me, guys. So AOD, my guy, what up? Spencer, Nasty Nate, a.k.a. what's poppin'? No. Nasty Nestor and Nasty Nate. Is that not a sign? I look for signs when I'm betting shit, guys. Sometimes, hey, I had to shave this shit off in the middle of the Milwaukee game because Peralta had 0 strikeouts through 2 innings. and I wasn't going through this shit again, guys. Baseball is very superstitious, and I am very superstitious. So shout out to you all, guys. If you guys got some superstitions out there, let me know. Do you go change your fucking boxers in the middle of a bet if it's going wrong? Or am I just the weird guy who does dumb stuff? Because when I'm on a roll, guys, I'll wear the same shirt daily. Like I'll try to keep it hot, guys. Yesterday we went 3-0. We didn't wear a shirt yesterday, guys. So I had to put a shirt on for the TV show. But as soon as it goes off, we get naked from the waist up, that is, guys. Come on, man. Come on. Jeffrey, what up, though? Thanks for popping in. Up 5. I see you. Brian Watson, let's get it, dude. Real deal prime. Hey, man, that guy's got the voice of all voices. If I was to have somebody call an NHL game, it's that dude. What up, though? Talk Sports with JT. He's on San Francisco White Sox. No run first inning. Let's go. Get your money, my boy. Get your money, guys. So let's get into this last pitcher of the day before I go on my WrestleMania rant and you guys can leave. I want to trash WWE for a couple minutes at the end, guys, because that was the worst WrestleMania I've seen in a long time. So, pitcher number 6, George Kirby, 2022, 24.5 K percentage and a 4.1 walk percentage. Number in the black book, 68. Opening line 6 plus minus 106. Closing line 6 plus at plus 106. PrizePicks not available at the time, and his hits allowed were at a 4.5. Projected pitches, and has the tag been taken off of him? Kirby hasn't thrown more than 37 pitches this spring training, while dominating the competition, including 5 innings, 37 pitches with 9 punchies. So I don't know how long he's going right now, guys. So I can't take the tag off of him. And that's going to be a game where I'm probably going to watch it. And he's probably going to hit his fucking K prop, 3rd, 4th inning. And I'm going to laugh, you know. But if he doesn't, I'll be happy. But either which way, I'm not going to be mad. So let's get into it. Last 8 games, we can't cut that down because I don't know how long he's going to be going. Projected lineup is 6 righties, 3 lefties. Home road, he did average a strikeout more per 9 at home, where he is at now, which plays into liking him even more. 9.7 K per 9 at home with an 8.7 on the road. Lefties had a 9.6 K per 9, while righties had an 8.8 K per 9. Batting average last year against lefties hit 210, righties hit a 234. Well, he had a 272 batting average against at home and a 254. Well, if you look at Sharpie, that's 272, man. That's kind of high. Well, if you look at strikeouts, also went up there. So you kind of want base runners on second and third base for punch outs, guys. It's like at the end of the day, these pitchers do want to go longer. At least the good ones do, and they talk about it, guys. A ground ball to them is just as good as a strikeout. Now, you're on second and third, that ground ball scores a run. Now we getting in there, guys. So it's not the end all be all. You kind of want some people on base sometimes. The right, but yeah, let's get right into it. This right here has me like pissed. Like I was saying, guys, I want to play this guy so damn bad today. Like, he hasn't thrown more than 37 pitches in a game. And like I said, he's dominated the pitching. He went 3.1 innings. He had 4 strikeouts. He went 5 innings. He had 9 strikeouts, respectively. Last year, after the All-Star break, he added in a 2-seam fastball with nasty side-to-side movement with almost 9 to 12 inches of run. He could throw it outside and run it back on. He could throw it inside and then jam you and make you look like, or just make you look like a fool with it, guys. So he's nasty like my boy Nasty Nate. And his strikeouts last year went up 1.1 K per 9 post All-Star after he added in that pitch. Kirby faced the Angels 4 times last year, and he dominated them every start, going 5.2 innings or more in every start, with allowing 3 earned runs or less, while striking out at least 6 in every start and 7 in every start after the All-Star break. 3 games came after the All-Star break. He had 7 or more in every one of those games versus the Angels. Granted, 2 of those times the numbers said, man, the Angels are striking out a lot. Play them, play them, play them. But he still did it when the numbers said that they weren't. So this right here, like I said, has me irked. He's one of the guys that I think will be moved up to 6.5, 7.5 come May. But at the end of the day, I can't bet ifs. If I knew he was going 90 plus pitches today, I would be on him. And now that it's moved to plus money, I like it even better, guys, because like I said, bankroll management is key. Bankroll management is key. So let's keep it rolling, guys. Let's keep this train going. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Tuesday's the big day on the Balking Dead. Every Tuesday happens to be like my best day in the world throughout my career of betting baseball. Does it happen to be that like all the aces pitch on Tuesdays? It is what it is. When you start opening day on Thursdays, it just rolls right into Tuesday, guys. So at the end of the day, it's not Taco Tuesday, it's Sharpie Tuesday. And we bring our guy Spin Doctor Sports in, and me and him are going to give you each of our breakdowns on 6 pitchers. And they're not just pitchers, they're aces, baby. So this show's sponsored by PrizePicks. If you don't know, you should know. Go on over there, use that promo code PUBSPORTS. Your first deposit up to $100, they will match deposit it. Not just that, guys. If you take a picture of the promo code and a picture of the successful deposit, DM me and I will send you my picks for 2 weeks, and we will eat together and easily get your money back, guys. So shout out to the chat. Without you, there ain't me. Until tomorrow, I'm Sharpie's
What
Bet.
about the WWE shit? You can't tease us.
Oh, forgot. See, bro, Sharpie's a stoner. Okay, let's talk about it. If you want to go, you can go. The MLB part is over. I am a wrestling fanatic, guys. I love the sport of WWE, WWF. I've been watching it as I was a kid. Whatever, guys. Backyard wrestling, let's get it. That was the worst WrestleMania I've watched in a long time. The girls stole the show. The 2 women's championships were 2 of the better matches, and that's trash. They weren't even near the main card at the top. So to have your WWE champion of almost 3 years, of 900 plus days, to win the match by somebody else coming in, bro. Could you not come up with something better? This is WrestleMania. This is the Super Bowl of wrestling,
It
bro.
definitely felt like Vince McMahon had his hands all over that. I mean, the best fight of that night was probably the Gunther fight.
I'm not big into that fight, so I was more walking around and was more just like, I knew Gunther was going to win. You know, it was pretty predictable on who was going to win a lot of the matches. I knew Roman Reigns was going to win after the Usos lost their tag team championship the night before. They're not going to take all 3 belts from the bloodline, you know? So I knew that. You got to put 2 and 2 together. I thought we were going to get Alexa Bliss. They teased us that she was going to come. They teased us that she had a new outfit showing her dark side again. And nothing popped up during the
Was Bray Wyatt just done too?
Bray Wyatt got sick, bro, and
What about,
they had to phase him out. LA Knight didn't even get in. They ran LA Knight through the gauntlet. He lost 8 to 9 matches straight going into WrestleMania. I think they were making him look bad. They were jobbing him out, bro. I hope not, but it seemed like they were jobbing him out, bro.
It was a terrible main event, like you said, though. Terrible main event.
It was a great main event until that happened, until the way they ended it, bro. Like, to end a championship fight of that magnitude like that. Like, they've pushed this for 2 months of these guys talking family members. These guys talking, bringing in, like, real stuff, bro. Like, they're really bringing in the storyline, man. And I get it. I thought we were going to have a Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes feud starting. Like, they need 2 people, man. We need 2 guys.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with Roman winning. Just do it clean.
Do it clean, you know? But
do it, yeah.
You know, I get it because they still didn't let him lose without help. You know, so they made Cody Rhodes look like you needed help to beat him. So I know that SummerSlam or whenever the next time they fight will be a Hell in the Cell now. They're going into where they can't get in. It's going to be me and you. Lock us in. Let's go. So that's coming. I just think they hold it off for SummerSlam. So I don't think it comes on Backlash. Lita is garbage. I'm not just talking about the way she looks, bro. I get it. We all get old. I look trash, bro. I'm missing teeth, bro. I got gray hair, whatever, bro. No, she looked terrible inside the ring, guys. Just like I couldn't do it. She was off on all her moves. She tried a Hurricanrana and barely got herself over. Mad props to Trish Stratus, not talking about the way she looks. I've been if you catch my drift to her for a long time, she put in the work. She looked like she was in her prime of wrestling. She looked like she took 8 weeks to
Hey,
wrestle.
how about fucking McMahon fucking
Okay,
blowing
we're
out
gonna.
the ACL?
Did he really do that though, or was that part of it?
I think it was. I don't think he really did it. I don't think he
He
Vince
did not
McMahoned
do it.
it. I don't
I
think he
think
Vince
he faked
McMahoned
it.
it.
He faked it, bro, because Snoop did not ad lib like that. Snoop would
Yeah,
no. That Snoop didn't ad lib like that. My thing is with the Shane McMahon. Did you hear him talk before when he grabbed the mic?
not really.
He
I mean,
said
I
like
heard it. I
5
don't
words,
remember.
bro, and he was choked up crying, so it would have been hard to hear him. And I told Noli this morning before I knew they merged with the UFC that he knew this was his last WrestleMania, bro. He knew it was over for the McMahon family. And that
Yeah.
was sad, bro. We just watched an era come to an end, guys. It was, bro. And I knew it when he was doing it. I just didn't know it was going to be right after WrestleMania. Should have put 2 and 2 together that we already knew they were selling the company and all that. And this was their baby. I should have already known about that, but is what it is. No Bray Wyatt, no show of Alexa Bliss.
So imagine Snoop bouncing off the ring. Oh, that was fucking terrible.
I am not a Rey Mysterio fan. I loved that match. I thought I was going to hate the match. I loved everything about it, from him coming out with Snoop Dogg in a old school drop top for Eddie Guerrero to Eddie Guerrero's music, doing Eddie Guerrero shimmy. Man, almost cried a tear right there. And then I thought they were going to allow Dominic to demask his dad. And that's why I didn't want to watch it. I was like, dude, this is crap. They're going to try to push Dominic over. No. They let Dominic take a whipping to this guy, bro. Like, this guy took his belt off, beat his kid, all that good shit. So definitely mad props. They did do the fans a favor. I knew they were going to try to push Austin Theory. I knew they were going to give him the win over Cena. Cena looks bad. Shave your head, bud. Baloney patch.
We seen that push. We seen that push of.
We've seen that come.
What about the fucking bury of the Miz on the weekend? Is he one of the only wrestlers you could really do that and it doesn't really affect him?
Yeah, bro, because he's the Miz.
Yeah,
People do this to him all the time, bro. This
he
is the
got
Miz.
buried this weekend, bro.
Hey, he wanted to be a part of WrestleMania, though, bro. He was a big part of both shows getting buried. So I mean, you gotta have an A and a B side, bro. There's like you gotta have your heels. You gotta
Yeah,
he
he
was
got
the
done
guy
by
to get.
Pat McAfee, and then he got.
Bro, but he went off on Snoop, bro. He went off.
Yeah.
The fuck you for? Oh yeah. Now you get to do money. All right, guys. So there's the WrestleMania rant. Shout out to the chat for hanging in there, guys. We do have a show coming on NBA. We've got Jose's show popping off right after that. So I believe the same guest that's going to be with me tomorrow is on there today. So we only talk props here, except for when and if the time I do bring our guy Noli Knows on, because then he will just talk unders. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. He's Big Show Picks, and this is Pub Sports Radio.